What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Crossover Athlete Insights Tuesday podcast edition, where we go over the waiver wires, Sunday recap of all the games, including Monday, because we are recording here Tuesday morning. We're also going to get into a new one this week: panic or antic, some things that happen in Week 13, and if we're buying them or if we're selling them. We also wanted to touch on something outside of the fantasy football realm for the first time, really, because eventually we're not going to have fantasy football and we need to move on from that. So we're going to go over quickly what do we think about the college football playoff and did they get it right? We'll get into that real soon. That's actually going to lead us off here. And that's really it, I think, for the pod. Might cut that. Oh, last thing, actually, I forgot. We're gonna do if we get to it, hopefully we can. Rest of season fantasy. We're just gonna rip that off the top, like top 10. We'll go back and forth, figure something out there. All right. Without further ado, let's talk a little college football.
Yeah, man.
I love college football. Pro- Probably my favorite sport.
Yeah, ever since NIL came out, really even the playing field.
I actually, so I don't mind the
At the
NIL.
top, at the top.
Yeah, I like the NIL idea, but this is out of hand, like the transfer stuff.
I don't think so.
Really?
No, I mean, let the kids go where they wanna go. It's an agreement like, the scholarship is the deal, the transaction that they're making,
Mm-hmm.
and if a coach can leave whenever he wants and go somewhere else, why can't the player go? We've we've both been around coaches that have screwed over players, and and then if that player transfers, the media and everybody's like, "Oh, he just soft and these kids these days, they just wanna go where it's easy." It's like, no, sometimes there's scumbag coaches out there that everybody knows are scumbags within the program.
No, that's definitely a case. I think, there's a ruling we were talking about it earlier. Isn't there a ruling, like, if the coach leaves, like, you get to leave? So that opens that up. But I do see the point of, like, the coach is just a miserable human being, and he makes life miserable for everybody else, then, like, get out, fine.
Yeah, and, like, you got 4 years as a college player. Like, you need to make the most of it, and if being somewhere else is a better move for you and your future, I really don't understand why people are so pissed about guys wanting to go where they think they have a better opportunity.
I think that side of it is a plus. Like, I think for, like, the normal college athlete that wants to go play and be able to prove themselves. But, like, we're getting into the tier where it's like Matt Rule brought this up. He's like, "It's 1.5 million to 2 million. Go get a good quarterback." So
Mhm,
these quarterbacks are just transferring, like, nonstop, especially so you get 1 free in the 4-year section. Coach leaves, you get another. Um, Injury, you get free, and then you get, like, once you graduate, you can go again. So now we're seeing guys like DJ Ugalele, like, go back-to-back years, and he's gonna go I mean, he's gonna get a bag, so good for him because of his
yeah.
name, but it's ridiculous.
I don't think so. I
That's
think
ridiculous.
no, I think if you're 20 years old and you're DJ and you know, like, most likely you're not gonna have a great NFL career, go get yours. Like, if that means leaving Oregon State to go get $2 million, how is that a bad move? How is that a selfish move?
He made a commitment there a year ago.
It doesn't matter though, like,
I think
who cares? Like, coaches make commitments all the time and then they pull your scholarship.
I just think it's out of hand.
See, I'm fully with the players. I hate the NCAA.
I mean, I hate him
I
too.
think they're the biggest scumbags in the country right now,
That's a
just in general.
we can agree upon that one.
They're horrible. I unfollowed somebody strictly because they started working for the NCAA.
No way.
Yeah, I was just like, "No,
I'm
I'm good."
over you.
Huh?
I'm over you.
Yeah, no, it's just like, I'm good. Like, that's a scumbag organization that just all they try to do is control kids and give coaches all the power. So,
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree. I think the NCAA is bad. Like, they're just in it for money for themselves and just using, like, kids' talents.
yeah, they're not in it for players
No,
at
no,
all, which is ridiculous.
no, not at all.
It's to protect schools and help schools make money and not help the players.
Yeah, they don't care.
No, not at all.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta think how hard they fought to, like, not let the NIL be a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, like, "Hey, I know you guys make us $1,000,000,000 every year,
Yeah,
but, hey, you just got a free drink at a bar.
can't have it.
Sorry, you're now ineligible."
"Oh, you got a Chipotle burrito?" "Nope."
Ineligible.
Yep. "You got a bagel on your recruiting visit?" "Ineligible."
Ineligible.
That was a real thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
Unbelievable.
literally, we had meetings every year, and it's like, "Hey, somebody knows who you are, and they offer to buy you a drink at a bar.
Say no.
You have to say no because, like, you will lose your eligibility if the NCAA finds out."
Yep. Or even like fantasy football, you couldn't play for money.
Yeah,
Not even the same. Like, okay, so we were baseball players. So maybe if it was football, and I get it a little bit, not really, but I
I don't.
get it. Like if it's same sport, okay. But like as a college athlete and you can't play fantasy football or like put money on it, like come on.
Yeah, and well, and the rule is there for, like, if you have inside information. Like, obviously, like, you play baseball, so, like, we can't bet on baseball. That makes total sense because we have inside information
Right.
and personal ties with guys and be like, "Hey, man, like, what's going on?" And he's like, "Oh, man, I'm playing, but, like,
Not
I'm
right.
hurting, man."
Hmm.
It's like, "Oh, alright."
Let me
Like,
just hammer the other.
that's that's the reason behind not being able to do it, which makes total sense.
Yeah.
But, like, if you're in college, you don't have access to, like, all these pro guys and have all this even have the relationship to be able to text them, be like, "Hey, like, what's going on with this guy?" Like, that doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah. I mean, most of them will tell you to F off real quick if that's the case.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
No,
just won't respond to you because
right.
that's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Like get there first and then you can
Yeah,
get in that situation. But still, yeah.
like, it's just so NCAA is just they're just dumb people making stupid decisions that control people.
Coming from 2 Division I athletes right here and made it to professional, it is not a good
They're
organization, and
garbage human beings.
yeah, they look to take advantage, and we're not even football players, like, we
It's
did
no, we wouldn't even have gotten that much NIL stuff.
no, but it still would have been, like it's just the fact of the things that we could like, I would have had a free drink or I would have had some free food at the restaurants around town, like, they knew us to that extent,
Yeah,
you know?
like, like, the reason I feel this way is basically because, like, football and basketball, because, like, they bring in so much money,
Yeah.
and, like, the NCAA is like, "No, like, you're an amateur." It's like, "Okay, then let's just consider them professional then." What's the difference besides a label?
I mean, that's it, that's
Exactly,
just
so, like,
NCAA trying
be
to
like
control.
be like, "Okay, you're a college athlete, like, you're also professional." Okay,
Yeah,
who cares?
yeah.
Like, why are you trying to keep money from these kids?
That's all they wanted because they wanted it in their pockets.
Fires me up.
I know,
We need to
it
get off
is
top.
fired you up, and I do love to see it. A little energy out of you today. My god,
I
I
hate the NCAA.
you don't see that too often. He's usually calm, cool, even
I don't know what you're talking about.
on the pod. That's great, I love it. Little energy. I'm gonna find some ways to fire you up a little bit more.
Great.
Okay, so onto the actual college football thing that we wanted to discuss is the college football playoff got announced on Sunday of this week, and it's an interesting one. There are a few things that people are unhappy about, specifically Florida State being 12-0 and not making it in. But do you think they
13
got it
and 0.
right? Well, 13-0. Right. They won the playoff or they won the
We beat
conference.
Louisville.
Yeah. Oh, what a game. All right. So they beat the playoff. We have playoff is Michigan at 1, Washington at 2, both teams undefeated, makes sense, and won their conference. Bama or Texas at 3 won their conference and beat the number 4 team, Alabama, who won the SEC. So like it makes sense. They have always said that conference championships matter when determining this. But the other thing that they've always said is the most deserving teams will get in, and that always doesn't mean the best team. Do you think they got it right?
Yeah, I think they got it right because they went against what they said and giving it to the most deserving team. Obviously, Florida State was the most deserving team. They should have been 3 if they're going by most deserving teams, like,
Hmm.
undefeated.
Right.
But, like, anybody in the right mind know like, if you watched them play Louisville, it was
You.
horrible football on both ends. Plummer, I think is his name for, Louisville.
Hmm.
Horrible game. If he would and he had a great year,
He did. That's why
and if
they
he
had a good record. Like
yeah,
he was the guy.
yeah, and if he would have played how he typically played, they would have wiped the floor with them, but just didn't play good football. If you watch the Florida State game, like, they were awful. Like, this team, I wouldn't put them in the top 15.
Yeah, I mean, they would get beat by a lot of teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. I with Jordan Travis, it's obviously a no doubt
Yeah,
here, and we're
if
not
he
saying that.
yeah, if he was still healthy, yeah,
Right.
obviously they'd
Right.
be in.
I just wanna point out because there's always somebody that wants to say, "Oh, Jordan Travis, we're in the playoff. Oh, you stupid idiots."
Well, I did text you guys, this is, like, probably week 5, and Florida State was my number 1.
Were they?
Yeah, and you
He's
got
great.
well, Florida State was great.
No, Jordan
Yeah.
Travis is awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a shame what happened to him. Uh, but yeah, I think I mean, at the end of the day, it's tough leaving out of Georgia, but I think that it was tougher leaving out Georgia than it is leaving out Florida State because
Yeah.
they finally set the precedent that the best teams need to be in it. And although Florida State went 13-0 and it's a great year, like clap your hands, congrats, awesome, you guys finally got back on the map. Without Jordan Travis, you are going to get demolished by
Yeah.
any of those 4 teams or 5 teams that are like top 5. You're getting crushed.
Yeah, and obviously, like, if you're on that team, like, you want the opportunity, but at the same time, like, going into it, like, you're not even fighting for a national championship at that point. Like, you're fighting to not get embarrassed.
I would think it.
Like, and
You
it's and if it takes 2 games to win a national championship, like, one of those games, even if you get past the first test, like, guys,
you're not getting past the first step.
no, but, like, even if you like, it's just not gonna work,
Mhm.
and it sucks because like, obviously, those kids everybody worked their butts off, but it's just they're just not a good football team. They can't move. I think he threw for, like, 80 yards. He was, like,
I
8 for 21.
Yeah, I don't know what it is actually off the top of my head, but it was they even from the backup originally, they went and played the 3rd stringer.
Yeah, true freshman.
Was he a true
Yeah,
freshman? Yeah, because the backup couldn't do anything.
he had a
They're like,
concussion.
"Oh, he
It
did?
was a dirty hit, the previous week. He was
Okay,
sliding and he got
crushed.
sandwiched on both sides of his head.
That's bad."
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, but I think it's the right play. At the end of the day,
They're
I
not a
think
top 4 team.
yeah, I think the only team in the argument that could be held to be like, "Oh, how did you leave these guys out?" is Georgia, obviously. They've been number 1 all year. But
Well,
yeah, except for the Buckeyes for a little bit. Thank God Cal McCord is gone. Smell ya, buddy. Oh god, I've been waiting for that moment. We always said he better enjoy this bowl game, and he might not even enjoy it now, but we've been saying for weeks, "Enjoy the bowl game, buddy, because this is the last time you're throwing a football in Ohio," and thank God it came
no,
true.
he's going to Akron.
Oh, is he? I heard
No,
Temple.
I
He's from PA.
okay. I was about to say, I think he could do better than Temple. Like, I
I
think
don't
he's
know.
a Big Ten quarterback.
I think he's not.
I
Well, okay, he is, but he's not.
go to Wisconsin, hand the
Yeah.
ball off.
Yeah, there I was just gonna say that. They'll have a running back for him.
Ha,
He didn't do anything with Travion Henderson. He was hurt for good amount, but he's so unbelievable. Uh, gosh, yeah, leaving Georgia out though,
yeah, so I've watched them a lot this year. It's like it's Georgia,
right.
and I think the committee got it right. Like, they're a great team, but they're not the same team that we've seen in the past, and I think the win streak kind of overshadowed how good they actually were.
29-0.
It's just they're just not the same team.
I will agree. I thought
They're
it was
great, like, top 6 for sure,
yeah,
but
top 5. I
yeah,
really think they're 5, honestly,
I think Ohio State's 5.
because our one loss was Michigan. Like
Yeah,
that, the best lot. We have the best resume in the country. That, like on that side of things, at the one loss teams.
I genuinely believe that if Ohio State made it past Michigan, they were gonna win the national championship based on how good their defenses looked,
Hmm.
and Cord is doing a good I thought he was doing a good enough job in the such even playing field of the NCAA this year. I genuinely believe that, they would win the national championship.
I mean, it's definitely the best defense we've had. I wonder this just on Ohio State side of things because it's Jim Knowles' second year, so start to credit that they weren't good last year.
Mhm.
But finally, he gets his system in place. They get a whole year of learning it, 2 years of learning it, and but this is also our worst offensive year by far. Like we don't score nearly as fast. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. Do you think like they get a little more rest on the sideline? This is me. Like I think that it has a small part in why the defense was awesome because we've always had the recruits and we've had the same talent of this, if not better, over years past. But yet we have never put up these type of numbers.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's
You don't think at all?
no, I think Kyle McCord just, like, wasn't getting it done. He never took shots downfield.
I'm not talking the offense. I'm talking, do you think the defense was
Yeah.
statistically better because the offense was worse?
No. No, I think they were just I think just Knowles is
Just a good defense.
yeah,
All right. That's all I was wondering.
yeah.
I know, yeah, I mean, McCord's trash.
I don't think he's trash. I think we've been spoiled with going from JT Barrett to Cardale Jones Get Braxton Miller, and then to Justin Fields, CJ Stroud.
Braxton was before JT.
Yeah, I know. I actually went out of order. Sorry. Yeah, I know JT was throwing to Braxton. Was there for the spin move.
You were in Virginia at Virginia Tech?
I was at the Ohio State one. That was when they
No,
played Ohio State. No,
it was at Virginia Tech.
no. I was at the when they played
You were
Virginia
just
Tech.
vibing the Enter Sandman with the Hokies.
Hell yeah. No, no, I was at when, they were at Ohio State and they lost. And
Okay,
then it was the first year of the playoffs, and everybody's like, "They're not gonna make it."
that's
And I
right.
was with, the officiant of our wedding, not our wedding, my wedding.
You don't
Um,
wanna marry me?
no, I did not.
That's
Do
so
not.
sad.
You'll get over it.
Yeah, maybe.
But and, like, everybody was just like, "Oh, that's the whole year," and he was just like, "If they win out, they are in." And they were, and they won the whole thing.
It really took I didn't think that we were making it because I remember it like it was yesterday. So, I was at baseball training when they were doing, the announcement, and it just so happened to be so, like, JT Barrett hurts his ankle, and I think that was the
I think he
Michigan game.
dislocated his ankle.
Yeah, like, it's broken or whatever.
Yeah.
And so he's in the boot, and they end up playing Bucky in the conference playoff or the conference championship. And Urban knew like they needed a statement, and they went out and put 63 on their domes. I think they shut him out, or maybe let up a field
Uh,
goal.
yeah, it was either a field goal or shut him
It
out,
was
but
0 or 3.
I'll just never forget the first play of the game.
What was it?
It was, Devin Smith go route, Cardell Jones, like,
Just bombed
it
it.
wasn't even a read, it genuinely looked like Urban Meyer was like, "I don't care what the coverage is,
Throw that
launch it.
as far as you
Like,
can.
just go throw it." It's
Yep.
like, free him up.
Yeah.
Launched it.
It really opened up having Cardale there. Like it opened up that offense, and because JT couldn't throw the ball like that,
Mm-mm. No. No,
although he was
he's
awesome.
I thought he was gonna work out in the NFL. He was more of a like a facilitator.
I mean, the arm talent just wasn't as there. Like he couldn't make every throw in the book that you'd need in the NFL.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
guess.
I thought Cardale would actually have been solid, like, if he sat for a couple years.
They just said like, his brain wasn't.
No, for sure, but he had, like I'm like, if this dude sits and just learns," which I thought was the case. I'm like, "He's backing up Big Ben in Pittsburgh." I would've loved it. He got there for a second, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, did you Urban Meyer even, like, went on the record and said, like, "Well, what's the difference between, like, calling plays for with JT versus Cardale?" And he was like, "With JT, playbook's, like, this big. With Cardale, it's this big."
That's so tough. I mean, that alone makes you probably
Like,
not make it, but
yeah,
the
it's like,
the
"Alright, Cardale, run up the middle on this one."
yeah, how about
Okay.
trucking that 300-pound lineman in the championship
I
game?
wa so I saw one of his clips the other day. I didn't realize how big
Dude, he's
like,
huge. He's
God.
like 6'5",
Like, yeah, he's
240.
but how he's wide.
Yeah, he's
Like, he
monster.
is big.
Yeah, monster. I love him. All right, well,
Probably
uh,
move on to NFL.
yeah, probably should.
I think we
We really enjoy college football, especially the Buckeyes. Slight hometown homering for the Buckeyes
just a
in
little
here,
bit.
but no. At the end of the day, committee, well done. You did it right. Finally,
Yeah.
finally. Like this was the one that you decided to say precedent is set. We're taking the best four from here on out.
And it was out of all the years, it was the hardest year
Hmm.
for them to, like, make tough decisions, and they finally got it right.
Yep. Finally, finally did. All right, on to the NFL. Let's do fantasy football, baby.
Yes, sir.
What you guys tune in for from now? All right, let's start with Monday's game. Just a quick one. Uh, Jake Browning better than Joe Burrow?
Okay, that was just an absurd statement, but
Why?
could he be a legitimate starting NFL quarterback? Absolutely. Threw for 350 yards.
Yeah, and he played the Ravens and as well as the Jaguars defense, and he's got a 2-to-1 TD to INT ratio. And yeah, three something rushing touchdown, passing touchdown, led them to a game-winning drive.
Rushing touchdown is like, I mean, you
Yeah,
know.
it's a rushing touchdown in the
No, 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 I
books. I
know,
know
but,
it
like,
was a
it
sneak.
wasn't like a scramble. Like,
I know it was a sneak,
yeah, but yeah.
but it's a rushing touchdown.
Yeah.
I'm speaking the stats.
Speaking the spec.
Joe Mixon had a good game, not efficient again, what a surprise, but in the end zone.
See, I think that was probably the best I've seen him run the ball in terms of, like, being elusive. Like, obviously, he's never been a efficient runner at all, but, like, his ability to make plays yesterday was unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good I mean, that's why he's had the role for so long. Like
He
he's a
stays
good
healthy.
player. Yeah. He's a good player. He's been stuck behind a terrible offensive line. It's not like he couldn't break tackles or anything this whole time. He's not a speedster, so like he's not blowing you out for 50-yard runs
Yeah.
ever. But no, he's just a good running back. He's there. He can beat him up and wear down some defenses.
Reminds me of, James Conner.
I think he's better.
I think James Conner's better. I think he's a heavier runner.
Yeah. I mean, like, if I'm taking one or the other, like, I want the guy who's gonna go out and be he's gonna play 16 games for me, and he's gonna play, 80% of the snaps, whereas James Conner, I'm never gonna get that.
That's fair.
Yeah. All right. Um, biggest thing of it all. Jamar had a great game with Browning. Love to see it. But the biggest thing of it all, Trevor Lawrence going down.
Yeah.
Is there a full report on that yet?
I don't believe so. I asked the PT or one of the PTs I know, and he said, um, I said, "Lawrence out for the year?" Question mark. And this is a complete quote. "Nah, he's just a little soft. May miss 1 game at the most."
Really?
That's what he said.
Definitely soft.
Not gonna release the name on that. But
No, probably shouldn't. Probably shouldn't. Um, I'm reading this right here, off an article. It is This is just pure reaction based off of what they're saying is like because he got up and then fell back down.
I thought it was his knee. He got bent back.
You could see he got stepped on
Yeah,
in
yeah,
his
yeah,
ankle.
yeah.
Yeah,
I thought it was the knee though. I thought the
why you
step on
couldn't.
was fine.
And then for some reason they didn't bring a card out to
Yeah,
take him back. Like they made
didn't
him
even
just
walk the whole way.
like your star quarterback, like the franchise player, like card out. What are we doing?
Even like they made him walk down the entire tunnel. Scott
Yes,
Van Pelt. I don't know if you watched to the end of the game, but
I watch parts.
so Scott Van Pelt was like, the game just ended, and he does like the intro thing from on the field. And he was like, yeah, like we actually like we walked right past Trevor Lawrence whenever he was walking down the tunnel, and yeah, it looked how it seemed like to you guys. Like it didn't look good.
No, like he could not walk, and I soft or not soft, I think that's
Yeah,
longer than a week and potentially a season-ending
just from
injury.
inflammation wise, like you
Yeah.
think it's gonna blow up like a balloon.
Yeah, I mean, it looked pretty tough. It was sideways when it got bent on
Yeah.
or when it got stepped on. So, I think there is a potential for a season-ending injury, but I
Yeah,
don't
for sure. I mean, we don't know anything.
yeah.
But, I will say, did you see his initial reaction, um, after being stepped on?
Yeah, he was pissed.
At his offensive line?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't he got pushed back into
No,
him.
I know, but, like, it was I don't know, it's just interesting to me seeing, like, genuine reactions to things in real time
Yeah.
because, like,
You
as
think he
soon
doesn't
as he
like
got
him?
stepped on, like, he, like, looked at his, like, offensive lineman and was, like, yelling at him and, like, pointing at him and, like and then got over it 'cause, like, you can't do that.
Yeah,
Like,
slammed his helmet, all that.
well, you can do that, that's fine. Like,
Okay.
I just meant, like, it seemed like he was just, like, instantly, like, pissed at his own guy, like,
I mean, I wouldn't be happy.
no, I know, but, like, there's a difference between being pissed and being mad at, like, mad at the situation versus being mad at another like, your teammate.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, I and just an observation.
Oh,
Not
fair.
jumping to any conclusions about who like, his personality or anything. I'm
Trevor
just
Lawrence and his offensive line, you heard it here first. They have
they hate rumor is he did it on purpose.
yeah, that's what I hear. He didn't get pushed into him. Yeah, interesting to note. I mean, I didn't see him yelling at him. I saw the frustration though after he got hurt, which is fair
It was
because
very it was immediate and then stopped.
okay. Yeah, because they are in 2nd or 3rd place. 2nd place. No, I lied. 4th
4th
place.
place. If they won last night, they would've been 1st.
Really.
Mhm. They would've been yeah, 1st.
So, understandable frustration
Yeah. Yeah, well,
because they're screwed without him.
yeah, and you could see Hendrickson, he knew something was up. Like, he was, like, praying, like, on the
Yeah, I
field,
saw
like,
him.
next to him and, like, pat him on the back and, like, I don't know if, like
It looked bad
yeah,
and all
and,
that.
like, the O-line, like, one dude it might have been Ingram, I can't I don't remember who it was, but, like, he was, like, hands in his own face, like, you can tell they're like,
We're
"That's
screwed.
our season."
Yeah.
Like, we
100%.
were fighting for a Super Bowl, now, like, nothing's gonna happen.
That's it. It's really it sucks as a franchise too because like obviously don't ever want your quarterback to get hurt in that scenario. But for the love of God, if it happens, just let it happen early.
Early, first game, Aaron
Right?
Rodgers it.
Fine. And I can get a draft pick. He's back next year. I can supply him with a rookie guy, like a stud rookie on a rookie deal. Doesn't hurt us as bad. Like obviously, love to have the full season and all that.
Now they get the
Um,
18th pick.
and yeah, now you're stuck in the middle of the pack, and like sometimes if it's bad enough, like The quarterback misses start of next season.
No, I hope he's fine.
No, not in
Okay.
Lawrence's scenario. Just saying, like, if
Yeah.
he tears his like a knee or something late in the season, you're like, well, there goes my draft stock this year, and
And
then
next
next year I'm in between
and
again.
then they're gonna win a couple games. They're gonna Kyler Murray it, and
Yeah,
then
exactly. Like you saw, I mean, they beat the Steelers this week, and the Patriots now have the number 2 pick, all because they brought Kyler back.
wonder what quarterback they're gonna take.
Whichever one they can. I can see. Watch Caleb Williams.
Penix.
I'll be yeah. Caleb Williams and Drake May both on the board still
There's
at
no
2.
way Bill Belichick take if he's still the coach there, there's no way he takes
He's
Caleb
still.
Williams, right?
They're never firing him.
Him and Bob Kraft said that they're gonna talk about it at the end of the year.
They can talk. They're not firing him.
I don't want them to.
Yeah, there's no way. He's probably going to end up, dude. Hooky. Here's what I don't get. There's two players in college football for the NFL draft. I don't understand why their draft stock is the way it is. Um, First off, this guy's still a top 10 guy. So like it's still he's up there. But Jaden Daniels seems like a stud.
Yeah, I haven't watched too much of him this year.
Have you seen his numbers?
I know his numbers are insane.
Okay. So like great football player. So he is behind the likes of Caleb Williams, okay. May has been like a top prospect. I see it, but
Yeah.
I'm not in love with it.
Yeah, well, we talked about that, last year and beginning of this year, and I was big on Drake May
Yeah.
because I thought he was gonna take another step forward, and that next step forward is the Heisman Trophy, and from what I saw, like, if he took another step forward, and it seems like he's the same guy as last year.
Yeah. And I
He's
mean,
good, but, like, I don't see him as, like I see him like Mitch Trubisky, like a okay NFL quarterback that's a backup that could end up being alright.
yeah. I mean, hopefully for whoever takes him, it works out better than that.
Yeah,
But
I hope it yeah.
he's been such a highly regarded prospect for so long, and I haven't seen enough of him to be like he's not it. So I'm not going to even put any word on that. Um, but like Jaden Daniels doing what he did in the SEC, the second best conference in college football, behind the Big Ten. I think it actually is behind the Big
Pac-12,
Ten. Maybe not really. I think the Big Ten's
best
better.
quarterbacking
Yeah,
conference.
I mean you got to think like obviously Iowa is Iowa, but the defense is great. Actually, uh, sorry guys, one sec. All right, here we go. But, like, think about all the ranked teams that, like, Ohio State and Michigan had to go through this year, like, Iowa's ranked all year, Penn State was a top 10 team, Michigan's number 1, Ohio State's a top 5 type 16, but they've been 1 to 2 all year. Like, it's 5 teams that are just outstanding, and I don't know if any other conference puts together that amount of what, like, that amount of teams that are that good, so,
Yeah, I
at
agree.
least for this year. Shoot. And then the other one, Quinn Ewers. I don't get it. Why?
You don't get which side of it? Why he's that high?
No, why isn't he higher? He's awesome.
I haven't watched a ton of them. It seems like he's inconsistent, but
Dude,
I
he's been so good, but he was hurt.
true, yeah, it was a shoulder too, right?
Might have been, yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen enough on him to make a take on it.
Dude, he's nasty.
Yeah,
I mean, you gotta think, he was the number 1 play like, he was, like, the 247 composite, like, he was the 5-star with, like, the 1,000 rating,
yeah,
like, Trevor Lawrence was that, like, all these
Justin
guys
Fields.
yeah, all these guys were that, and he was there with them. And so I just don't understand, like, what changed? He's still a guy that's a first rounder if he goes, which he's saying he might not.
I think he said he's not.
Yeah, he said he might not.
Oh,
Like, likely not. He
yeah,
hasn't for sure, but I'm
oh,
gonna assume here if he goes off in the playoff, like, he's gone.
yeah, yeah. We'll see. So they're playing what?
UW.
Washington.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a fun game.
I know, I'm excited. Like I said, they did it right, and I am actually really excited to watch these
I like that.
games.
That's gonna be a fun game, and Michigan Alabama is gonna be a good game.
Right, yeah.
Like, but 2 and 3, that's gonna be a fun
I
one.
know, it's gonna be electric watching those 2 sling the rock. Oh, it's gonna be great. Okay, let's just dive into Sunday's games. How about it? Ready?
Yep.
Tank Dell goes down with a broken fibula. Your boy Noah Brown finally gets tied with Nico Collins in snaps and routes run. Got out targeted by a lot. Comes back from a knee injury for the first time. Nico Collins looks like a league winner to me.
Yeah, absolutely, especially right now.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, no Browns. It's one of those tricky situations where like his target share didn't make sense yesterday for like his pass production when he's on the field, but He's still a guy that I'm keeping.
Alright. I think you'll see him on the waiver wire pickups here later.
Yeah.
On my side, probably Joey's too, I'd assume,
I mean,
knowing
he's
how
been
I
on my
like
side
him.
for the past 3 weeks.
Yeah. So, somehow still a guy that isn't I mean, I get why he's under 50, I guess,
Yeah.
because
He's hurt,
Tank and
and he's
Nico.
hurt.
Yeah. They played the Broncos. Courtland Sutton finds the end zone again. The Broncos did not look as great as they have been, but they still looked okay. I mean, the Texans are legit.
They are legit. I think the Broncos are a lot better than people give them credit for.
They've been
Um,
better lately.
but, I mean, their offense is just so bad. They have a good defense.
Mhm. They do. Surtain left with an injury. I don't know if he came back. He might have.
I
It
don't
didn't
know.
look too serious. Like he was
Okay.
walking off on his own power, but a little like something was bugging him in the knee. Had to monitor it. Um, just a quick thing as far as the tight end situation goes in Houston. Brevin Jordan dominated it. Dalton Schultz was out. So that does kind of make sense why Dalton Schultz left the game in the fourth quarter last week. We kind of touched on with 9 minutes to go and didn't return, and Jordan got it all. So in a streamer situation, Brevin Jordan was a great spot, and I'm going to assume continues to be if you're in need of one if Dalton Schultz is out. All I got. Pretty simple there. He played a lot of the snaps, over 75%. On to the next game. Oh God, another dude. So many injuries.
There's a lot.
My God. This one we're going to talk Chargers Patriots, and you know who got hurt there? High ankle sprain
Oh, yeah.
coming out for Ramondre Stevenson.
Out for probably the rest of the fantasy season. It's 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, pretty close. Then,
So,
yeah.
and at that point, like,
Oh,
are you really gonna risk playing him in the championship if you make it there?
right. Hopefully, he stashed Zeke.
I actually checked my waivers to see if he was on there.
Was he on there?
No.
He's on mine. You
Our
never.
our our waivers are so bare at this point. Like,
Yeah,
it's like a decently competitive league to where, like, waivers are competitive, but
yeah.
so it's like, I think Mingo is, like, the top, like, top option right
I
now.
was gonna get. Eventually, I was gonna get to him, and I don't hate Mingo anymore because the new coach, and I think in like Thielen dominated so early in the season, and Mingo's the young guy in town. I'm wondering, like, I think they just start firing away and see what the young guys got at this point, and I
Mhm.
think that bodes well. Like, Mingo becomes the one in that offense. I mean, Thielen was great, so why can't Mingo?
Yeah, and, like, what's the point of running the ball with Miles Sanders and Chuba Hubbard? Like, what are you getting out of that? You're not fighting for a playoff spot. Like, at best, you're fighting for a draft pick, but, like,
Hmm.
you just got a 1-1 pick. Like, just let him go sling the ball around. Like, just let him go throw the football.
Yeah, but we talked about it. Was it last week? 2 weeks ago? Whatever. Um, they don't get open.
I know, but still, like, I mean, just in like, I think for the rest of the year, it's all about getting Bryce Young more comfortable.
Yeah.
Just have him like, and just be like, "Hey, man, like, we don't care if you throw picks right now. Just go play football. Like, stop thinking so much, and like, just we'll get you some help." Obviously, like, everybody knows that they need a draft wide receiver this year, or go get one.
Without a doubt. They got rid of DJ Moore. I don't
Well,
I
to get Bryce Young.
it's true. But I'm a huge believer, and I'll say this over and over again until everybody knows it. Um, if you get your quarterback wide receiver one, like a legit one, and I think DJ Moore's in that mix. Like I think he's one of the top like 12 guys in the NFL at the wide receiver spot, like
Okay,
without a
yeah,
doubt.
yeah,
I don't think there's any debate. He's awesome.
yeah.
Um, like if you go get your quarterback one of those guys, it significantly improves your offense in your quarterback play because then there's just a guy they can rely on.
Yeah,
And
like, look how good Justin Fields has been throwing the ball this year.
but he still has him.
I know.
Like his numbers are still great and they're like no, I'm talking DJ's.
Okay, okay.
Like he's awesome. And Justin,
Well, he had that one game.
I mean the rest of the games are still good.
I know they're good, but, like, anyway.
He's legit.
No, I DJ is legit. Yes.
Justin looked better last week. He just, he's hit or miss. He's had moments where he's flashed it and he's had moments where he's like, guy's not it. It is what it is. But I'm still a firm believer in a general sense. Like if you get your guy a one, there's too many scenarios where it's just helped the quarterback out so many times.
Yeah,
Like Tua was terrible. You get him Tyreek, he's awesome. All right, Josh Allen he wasn't good. Let's just be real. Get him Stephon Diggs, he's awesome.
yeah.
Kirk Cousins had Diggs over there, but Jettas is just as good, probably
Yeah,
is
Thielen
better
too.
now. Yeah, Thielen, he was awesome or is awesome. Joe Burrow, obviously was hurt the first year, but still didn't have a great year to begin with. He had T. Higgins, who's good and he's gotten better. Jamar Chase comes in, and then all of a sudden, he's in the MVP race. There's just too many scenarios. We'll even use this. This guy is still the best quarterback in the league. There's no debate. The numbers are not there this year, and the
Mhm.
offense is not there this year. Patrick Mahomes does not have anywhere near a one, let alone a two, and you see the decline in the offensive rate. Travis Kelsey is not the same. He's starting to get the age. It
I
had
think
to
it's the
happen.
ankle.
I think it's both. I mean, both.
Yeah.
I There's been no injury report on the ankle though.
No, I know, but, like, we both know there's a difference between being hurt and injured.
I know, but still, he's 30 something now.
Yeah.
He's older.
33, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. Never I'm not gonna say it.
this is the point. Like he doesn't have a one, and it's not that he's not making throws. It's production and the numbers aren't there, and it's because he doesn't have anybody to rely on. And there's drops and all this other stuff. But clearly, Mahomes is still Mahomes. Like you're not going to take that away from him. But if you have a young guy like a Bryce Young that still is unproven, and you get him a one, you at least give him the chance to show what he can do.
Yeah, and I think one thing that you can really see with Kansas City is, like, how much drops hurt you in
Hmm.
the NFL. Like, in college, you can get away with it because, like, field's so much more spread out and, like, everything's less dialed in. There's less, like, not as good coverage, but if you have consistent drops in the NFL, and so it's 2nd and 8, you ran the ball for 2 yards, first down, 2nd and 8, and there's drop on and it would be 3rd and 2. Now it's 3rd and 8, and, like, drive's over.
Hmm.
It's like they're just gonna send pressure, and
Right.
so, like, drops just kill drives almost right away, and, like, Kansas City, they can't catch the ball. Sky Moore can't catch the ball. Kadarius Toney
Oh,
can't
Sky
catch
Moore's
the ball.
so bad.
Horrible. Justin Watson can't catch the ball. Travis Kelce's dropping the ball.
I know.
It's
It
just,
just
the only great guy on that team right now is Rasheed Rice.
and he drops balls.
He's gonna be one of my I'm gonna go after him next year in fantasy draft.
I think they get somebody.
I think they get somebody, but, like, dude, he's flying right now.
Yeah, I mean he's good. He's a good player. I don't think he's the answer. Like he's not a one.
No, 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 he's not an answer, but, like, I think he can get to that wide receiver 2 range next year.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. It'll be interesting what they do in the offseason. Really will. Kelsey, I mean, he's already talked about like calling it at some point, like pretty soon. Both Kelseys.
Yeah,
So I wouldn't be surprised. I think Jason's done after this year for sure. And I wouldn't be surprised if they both just walk out into the sunlight together, you
yeah.
know? So
That would've been a crazy ending last year if they both did it.
yeah, off the Super Bowl. I've been sick
They could
though.
still do it this year.
Yeah. Give me the Ravens out of the
Okay,
AFC.
alright. So, real quick, if it's a rematch in the Super Bowl and Jason wins this time, do you think they both play next year to see if they could settle the tiebreaker?
No.
Okay.
If he wins, he's done. Without a doubt.
Yeah, true, true,
Jason's out of there.
true.
He's
Alright.
still playing so well. He really is. Um, let's see. Camara monster game in for the Saints against the Lions. Amon-Ra gets a touchdown. Monty still steals a touchdown. Played more snaps because of the game script. They were up the whole time. Porta, monster game. 9 for 140 and
Yeah,
a touchdown.
yeah, good for him.
Number one tight end on the week
2 more, touchdowns in his career already than Kyle Pitts
already.
already.
11 games or how many 13 games in?
Kyle Pitts is what, 3 seasons in?
Yeah, yeah. We don't even use them. So bad. I mean, the Saints are all hurt.
Yeah.
Derek Carr's got like 6 injury designations
Yeah,
right now.
yeah, the one hit gave him 3 injuries.
Like
It
ribs,
was shoulder,
shoulder,
ribs, back,
yeah, yeah,
or maybe it was
and
shoulder, back,
concussion.
hip. Oh, yeah, so maybe yeah, head, shoulder, back.
Ribs, yeah, whatever. It's so crazy. Chris Olave still has a great game. I almost want to say Olave is going to be nasty with Jameis, like just slinging the rock. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Like I love watching Jameis play because like I know what I'm getting. I actually saw a really this is hilarious. I saw a funny comparison. They're like watching Jameson play football. Jameis Winston play football is like deciding if you eat Taco Bell. Like you know it's good, but you know what you're gonna get, but you do it
Yeah,
anyways.
it's
Like
not gonna work out in your best interest, but it's gonna be fun.
yeah, it's gonna be great. It's pretty good.
That's good.
He's one of the funniest dudes in football,
Yeah.
if not the funniest dude.
I love watching his interviews.
They're hilarious. He's always got some good ones. Even the off-season workouts that always come out when he's doing something stupid.
because he looks so unathletic.
Oh, he's so stupid. He literally the problem is, and I actually will say, like, I feel like this definitely hurt him in the long run, is he was super loyal to all his homies coming up, and, like, he never hired, like, a real QB coach or whatever. He just hired his boys from the hood, and, like, that's who like, trained him.
Mm.
Is he saw him doing all that stupid stuff, so they probably just made it up on the spot, like, "Do this." "Hi, bro." You know? Uh, I don't know.
Yeah,
Ja
I don't know either.
Jameis. Okay. Falcons, Jets, I'm not touching on it. Bijan's still dominating that backfield as
You
long with
literally just said you're not touching on it, and you're touching on it.
I'm just going to, like, 2 things. And Breece Hall dominated. That was all I was gonna say if you want to stop interrupting me.
I don't wanna stop interrupting you.
All you do. All right. Cardinals, Steelers. Kenny Pickett. That's fine. If
Do you want me to talk?
No, I can run the rest of the next hour if you need to. We'll give them real takes.
Oh, okay.
We got you. I got you. Dude, this is wild, actually. Greg Dortch led the Cardinal wide receivers in snaps.
I mean, Marquise Brown, left the game.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did. He had 2 targets, 0 points.
Yeah.
And I think he left in the 2nd quarter.
Here it is.
And, yeah,
Yeah, second half ankle injury. Didn't return.
heel, I thought.
Says ankle.
He's been battling a heel for 2 weeks. He
Uh,
hasn't practiced in 2 weeks.
yeah. I God, I really did like him with Kyler coming back, but if he can't stay, I mean,
Yeah, he's hurt.
yeah,
And pouring rain. They had 2 delays.
I did.
Just
That was crazy. You never see that.
Mhm.
Kenny Pickett down with an injury. Uh, what are you gonna do with like pass catchers for Pittsburgh the rest of the year? Really,
I don't think you play him.
like
I think strictly matchup, I guess, but, like,
I feel like some guys you don't really have a choice. Like,
I would play George Pickens over Deontay Johnson at this point. I think the touchdown kinda saved him. Did
did
did you see the video of him dancing down it was 9-24 with, like, 4 minutes left in the 4th?
dude's a walking meme
He just started dancing and, like, I think he, like, threw the ball up and, like, shot it or something, like, you're down 15 points,
with like a minute left.
like, the game's over.
He scored it in like garbage time.
Yeah,
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 that's what I thought. Reggie Harris still leading the backfield.
yeah,
Still a thing.
productive.
All right. Put your king crown on, brother. It's December, and you know what that means. Winter is coming, and that means Derrick Henry will come rumbling through defenses to the tune of 21 carries for 102 yards and 2 touchdowns, along with a catch for 18 yards. I don't it's unbelievable.
Without playing the 4th quarter.
Or overtime.
He's on track for what, 30 carries?
Easy. They know soon as that weather gets cold, feed the king. He's so good.
He's so good.
It's it's literally a thing every single year. Gets cold, and Derrick Henry's just like he's just better again.
I just want Tennessee obviously, it's too late now because he's too old, but, like, if they just only spent their 1st round picks on O-line guys and just had
Just let him do his
yeah,
thing.
just they just have Malik Willis handing the ball off.
Give him the threat to run out, like just
Yeah, like,
run. Like
every once in a while, he'll pull it down and just
MVP Lamar, like that style where they're just running.
yeah.
Yeah. No, it's good. Uh On to they played the Colts. Well, actually, Derek really quick, Derrick Henry went down with an injury concussion, right?
Yeah, Vrabel said it's not a concussion. It was
Something
I think he's,
head.
like, out of protocol or something like that.
Okay, so he's
I
already
think.
out, but at the time he left the game with like concussion protocol. So, again, just to reiterate, no other running back played a s- yeah, no other running back played a snap after Derrick Henry left besides Ty
Mhm.
Spears. 57 snaps, 26 routes run, 6 targets, and 16 carries. The game went to overtime, so he got basically a full half of football to himself. But this just shows like he is a running back one volume with Derrick Henry out.
Yeah, I've always been huge on him. I've always said, "Make sure you pick him up," and, uh,
Don't you dare say that. Such a liar to the people.
no,
I,
that was Josh's take, like, a couple weeks ago.
I will show the text right now saying, "Oh, Tajay Spears sucks." I'll do it.
I
Don't tempt me.
in my defense, I was mainly doing that to make you mad.
Yeah, well, it worked.
I know, that's why I did
I
it.
mean, why do we do anything to each other at this point?
I
It's
don't
what
know.
it is. I piss you off, you piss me off, and somehow we're friends. Welcome to the friends of like that's how men become friends, I feel like. If we were girls, we'd hate each other's guts.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It
We'd
would
hate
be
each other.
terrible. You guys get to see some cat fights on TV though, if we were girls.
Alright, let's move on.
All right.
This that like
You couldn't sell it with me a little bit?
no, not that.
Dude, have some energy again. Fi
Say something stupid again, and then
All right, let's see what this does. I actually gotta find one first. Because all I do is just spit facts. It's tough. What? Why are you shaking your head? Fire me up. Let's
go
go.
get your facts.
Fire me up. All right. So you asked me this question last week. You think you know what this question was?
No, how would I know what this
I just
question is?
figured
I don't ask you a
you
lot.
don't really ask me a lot. I always feed you the questions.
What did I ask you?
You asked me about the Dolphins' backfield. Who would you rather have? I said, give me Devin Chain.
Yeah, I mean, like, Mostert's 31.
This is what I was hearing last week from you
I mean, for, like oh, I mean, thought we were
for
talk
this week.
okay. Oh, for this week? Oh, man. Either?
I know both had great days. Well,
Yeah, play both of them.
both had good days. Achin
I'm
had a
trying to have 2
great day.
tutties.
Yeah, Achin had a great day. Mostert got in the end zone, but you said like you were worried, and I'm like, eh, I, and I get why, especially after what happened the week before. So like, I get it. But the whole theory is like, if they thought he was ready to play last week and he wasn't, okay, and like they're not going to do it to him again back to back weeks. Like they're going to make sure he's ready, and that was my thought. And it ended up working out. He had 17 carries, which led the backfield, 73 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 catches, and 30 yards. I think it was like top 3 or top 4 at the running back spot for the week. Um, like if he's healthy and they're saying he's healthy, he's going to lead that backfield, and it's so valuable.
Yeah, I mean yeah, I think you can play both of them at this point.
Yeah,
Achan's just so fast. I
yeah,
mean, they
he's
both
great.
are. Um, yeah, especially in a matchup like playing the Commanders like they were, like, play literally anybody on that team, and,
Yeah,
like, you'll be alright.
yep, pretty much. I mean, besides the tight end, but yeah,
Do they even have tight ends on
they
that team?
play, dude. They have 3 guys getting snaps.
Remember when Gesicki was,
He
like,
was
a
awesome.
dog?
Mhm. He never blocked.
No, he
Yeah.
was a great fantasy tight end.
Yeah, he just was a receiver. Who
Yeah.
was quarterback then?
Fitzpatrick.
Was it? It was. You're right. Yep. Yep, sure was. Terry McLaurin had cardio all day,
Yeah, he did.
in quote.
Yeah.
He was
Punishment
pissed.
running.
Yeah. Let me see. Nobody did. I mean, somehow, uh, somehow Sam Howell still ended up with like over a 20 spot.
Did a rushing touchdown.
Okay. So I said play Sam Howell because I thought they'd throw it a million times. He did have the pick, like we figured he would. Pick six, actually, 3 straight games. Insane. But he still had over 20. It still is a great play. That's really it on that side of things. Chain is the guy there. He had every single goal line carry.
Wow.
Yeah. I did not expect
Did
that.
Mostert go down with an injury?
No, he
Okay.
just led the backfield.
Okay.
Just led the backfield. They didn't play much of the fourth quarter either, like all the good guy, all the starters. Again, oh, this was the other thing I wanted to say about. So I'm looking at the Carolina Buccaneers game here. Is we talked about Mingo like leading the way finally because I think a change in staff, like they want to see the young guys, or what guys are going to do it, and we keep going back and forth with this every single week. Kevin Hubbard is the guy again.
I guess, man. Like, did he get in the end zone again?
22 carries, yeah, 24 carries, 100 and something yards and a touchdown. That 22 spot.
I guess the Bucks too. So I will say, did you watch the game?
I saw highlights.
It was pouring rain. Like straight out of like how was the Pittsburgh game?
Yeah,
Like pouring rain. Um so maybe that's the reason that he got so many touches. I don't know.
I mean he doubled Miles Sanders snaps.
Okay, so
So that's
yeah,
why
so
I'm
okay,
saying
so
it.
so he's for the team, he's the guy.
That's why, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And nobody like it's a great game because typically people cannot run against the
Yeah.
Buccaneers. Like you saw last week, the two-headed backfield of the Colts did it. They have a great O line. Panthers don't have that O line, and he still was able to put that performance. I like. what's to come of Chuba,
I mean, he was a
honestly.
big name in college.
Pretty big.
He was very big.
Was he? Was he?
Yeah.
I knew he was
Oklahoma State.
I knew that. I just didn't think he was, like, a dude like
He
that.
he was the dude,
He
but
was
it
dude
I
there.
don't think people thought it was gonna translate. Like,
Right.
I didn't follow him closely. I just remember people being like, "Oh, this, Oklahoma State kid is legit."
Yeah. Yeah. Mike Evans puts together his best performance of the fantasy season. Rashad White gets in the end zone. Again, the only 2 guys that are really playable in that
Yeah,
offense.
yeah. Chris Godwin, like, it's just he got a nice little end around touchdown yesterday, but, like, the
0
it huh?
0 catches.
Yeah, I don't think he's aside from I'm assuming he got over like 7 points yesterday with the rushing touchdown.
7.9 with the touchdown.
So, okay, so still, like, that's his average game the past, like,
Yeah.
whole season.
Yeah.
I think he had, like, 2 games above 10 points.
I had to bench him. I'm in a 12 team and I have him and I benched him.
Yeah, I don't think I yeah,
I played double tight end. I have Kelsey and McBride, who's a monster. So I benched Godwin as a result. I'm like, I haven't played Deontay Johnson over him.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, like, especially Chris Godwin, he's got a neck injury, like, I don't know if you've ever had a neck issue, it's awful.
I've
Like,
had
just to,
like a
like
spasm, but
yeah, but, like,
nothing
just,
like
like, anything
serious.
small is just, like, moving is just painful. Like, I
Yeah.
can't imagine playing NFL football.
Yeah. No, definitely not a play. Yeah, it's 2 guys in that offense that
Yep.
are playable. That's it. Rams and who did the Rams play again here?
Browns,
Yes,
great game.
it was. Puka left the game, came back, had a great day though at the end of the
I
day.
think he went out again.
No, he's played the rest of the game.
He did?
Yeah,
I thought he went
4 for 105 and a tutty, 2 carries because he was there when Cup scored that touchdown. He was
out.
on the field.
Okay.
Cup. I mean, I don't know anymore.
Dude, he's just slow. Like, he just doesn't have that burst, and, like, his route running is still so elite that, like, he's still gonna get those design plays for him and stuff, but
No big
his
plays.
average depth targets is, like it seems like it's, like, 3, 4 yards.
Yeah, I mean, and it's just like he used to be great after the catch too, and you're just not seeing it. He's
Yeah.
beat up.
Well,
I
yeah, and,
know.
like, I think what you see is, like, what happens when an elite route runner isn't fast anymore, and, like, there's still production there in situations, but, like, his value was his route running. He was also fat. He's not the fastest player out there, but, like, still fast and shifty.
Yeah, he was very shifty, and I think the ankle
Yeah.
like, I wouldn't even
Yeah.
say he's a top end speed guy before, but he was shifty.
Yeah, and he was great at getting space because his
Mhm.
route running was just so ridiculous that
Unbelievable.
so if he's not able to get that separation, like,
Yeah,
it's tough. So that touchdown saved a lot of fantasy managers.
yeah.
But which once again, great route. But
And
it's
on the other side of the football, not the other side of football, but the other side, other team, other sideline, there was one guy that I really liked.
Elijah Moore.
You know it. The team in targets, second in snap and routes run to Cedric Tillman. Amari Cooper went down with an injury. But even with the less snaps than Cedric Tillman, out targeted him by 5. Joe Flacco's probably the quarterback the rest of the way. He looked
He
good.
should be.
He looked good.
Yeah, he was flinging it.
He's got a rocket.
He had a lot of like F it. I'll just chuck it down here and hope something good happens.
38, let it ride. And I think that bodes well for Elijah Moore.
Yeah, he looked good.
He did. He did. I mean, he's been talking like he was the best for a while now, so time to prove it.
A couple of years now.
Yeah. No, but I really like him. I think he's a great waiver wire pickup for the week or for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean we've talked about him in weeks past.
Yeah, we have. And, now Amari goes down with an injury. I don't know how serious it is, but he did come back.
Mm-mm.
Um,
Was it a concussion?
I think it was ribs. He got rushed. Like right in the it was a clean hit, like, but right in the midsection. Like, he extends
Yeah.
one of those. Kyron Williams, league winner, like waiver wire pickup.
Yeah, congratulations everybody that got him.
Yeah, like
Um,
good for you.
good congrats on the on winning money this year in
Yeah.
fantasy football.
It's unbelievable. Like
It's guaranteed 25 spot every single week.
it's unbelievable.
He's like it's not just the like he's just he r- he looks like Austin Eckler when he was good.
Yeah, he's a rookie. I mean, he's fresh.
Yeah. Where's he from?
Notre Dame.
Really?
I didn't know that till yesterday.
Just found out.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was surprised actually. And like I'm like big school. You would have thought like I would know that name, like the running back from Notre Dame, if he was like this.
Yeah.
Whatever. The other guy. Okay, I'll wait for waiver wire.
Yeah. I think we talked about how we were going to speed this up, like the
It's only
recap.
been like 20 minutes of it because we kept
Oh,
getting off. I mean, we're at an hour though.
Alright, I think
but
we
we
should
had so much at
okay,
the
we
beginning.
should speed this up then 'cause this is gonna be like a 2-hour one.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's enough of Sundays. We'll get into the good stuff. We just not even do panic or antic.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, do you panic on Justin Herbert though?
Yeah,
I think
just
so
for the
too.
lack of weapons.
That's what I think.
Like, I was wrong on the Jalen Guyton, he got 1 catch on 4 targets,
It's still
but
Quentin Johnston.
he dropped a touchdown catch,
Did
which
did he
is
drop it?
like like
It was like high.
yeah, like, it
I think
wasn't
I
like
saw that.
he had an end zone target.
There you go.
Um, but I think once they watch the film and they realize how bad Quentin Johnston is again, um, maybe it's Guyton time. I'm putting him in my DraftKings again, for this week.
Guyton?
Yeah, because I think just Quentin Johnson is so bad, and strictly for value, because it allows you to get a Tyreek Hill type guy.
Um, I just am not on the same page as that. Just because, again, I'm going to tell you this again because he is the most recent first rounder on that team. They gave him a lot of money. Like they're gonna get hit. Like they're gonna keep him in the game. Like Quentin Johnson. They're gonna keep him in the game, and they're gonna try and get him. Like they're gonna try and make plays for him because like they don't want to look bad
Yeah,
being that they didn't draft Zay Flowers, Jordan Addison, Puka Nakua, Michael Wilson, Josh Downs, Tank Dell, or any of these guys behind him.
they
You know what I
already
mean?
look awful with their first round pick, their head coach. One of my favorite and it's bad, but, like, one of my favorite I keep cutting you off, I'm sorry.
I was done there.
Okay. Um, how, like, Rex Ryan and real coaches on, like, ESPN or wherever, like, actively to the public say, "This guy is not an NFL coach. Like, he should not be coaching the NFL, like, get him out of here." Like,
Th-
the
th-
fact that other coaches have the audacity to come out and say that, I think they have a point. If they're all saying that.
I mean, we've seen it for a couple years now. Like they're he's bad. Bailey's
His
bad.
decision making is just like, we talk about how I'm a feel guy, you're an analytics type guy, and he is a live and die by analytics. Whether it's going for it on 4th and 4 from your own 30,
He's past analytics on that part.
it's crazy.
He does it like even when you're not analytics say don't do it. He just loves going for it on fourth down.
He hates his punter.
Him and Dan Campbell both, but you love Dan Campbell
Dan
because he's
Campbell's
just
man.
a dog.
It's football guy.
Yeah, that's why. But he's not going for it on fourth and like on his own 30. Unless it's a fake punt, he would do that.
He would do that,
Yeah, but
and he would get it.
all right, that's it. We just want to touch on that. I do agree though. Like not a talent, like not an issue with Herbert himself, but an issue with the weapons around him is just it's bad.
And the fact that Eckler's not good. One of well, that actually influences one of my waiver pickups for this week.
Really? Okay. Let's get into that.
Okay.
Waiver wire pickup.
You want me to rip that pick real quick?
Brought to you by Duncan. Not just kidding. All right. Yeah, let's do it. You start us off.
So, this is gonna be my last one as like a, "Hey, like, I'm not putting all my eggs in this basket, but, like, might be worth kind of a shot because
Okay.
there is a pretty legitimate chance that Austin Eckler is very hurt right now."
Oh, he got hurt?
No. I'm saying, like, there's a very legitimate, like, chance that he is based on the fact like, I can't get over the fact that he popped out at 13
It's
miles.
been 3 straight weeks of you telling me this.
Dude, well, last week he had 12 rushes for 14 yards.
Who did they play?
Patriots.
Oh, their defense has been good.
But 12 rushes for 14 yards.
You know what's funny? I agree, but pull up his while Eckler was out.
No, I know it's not good. It's not good.
I'm just saying I don't think that they're a good running football team in general. Like I think the O line is not geared for that. Like they're not. Actually, we'll pull this up. Actually,
Well
this will be
well,
interesting.
I mean, like I said, I went on order. He's not a guy that, like, I'm like, "Hey, go get him."
No,
But
I
he's like an
know.
honorable mention for me.
I just wanted to see this because I want to
Yeah,
see
it
the
wasn't good because I
difference.
started him.
Okay, so here's the Chargers. They are the second to last rated run defense or run blocking offensive line or just run blocking offense or running offense. I lied, just in general. So they're that bad at running. Yeah, that was with and without him. Run blocking wise, they are the worst. Pass blocking, they are where are they? Middle of the pack, 15th. And passing in general, they're the 5th rank. So you just it's been a year like Eckler has not been good on running the
Yeah.
football, but it's the O line's terrible at run blocking and the running backs suck right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's both, but I think Eckler's the main reason. Like, dude, he's just so slow. It's insane.
Yeah, he slows dirt.
Um,
Wow, this is crazy. I can look at where they're running it to. That's so cool.
backwards.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, this is Eckler alone. Dude, this is crazy.
Okay, why don't you do that after the pod? I'll just
You know me and my numbers, guys. All right. Yeah, I get it. Like, I
yeah,
think
like once again, he was gonna be last, but it just transitioned that way.
again a good stash.
Yeah, like a hey, if you don't have anybody, like I I think he had more yards than Eckler last week.
He did. Yeah, he usually gets a good amount of carries even with Eckler in there. All right, I'm gonna just take the easy one. Uh, oh, well, there's a couple easy ones.
There's two, and then one we mentioned last week. That's another easy one.
Yeah. So Zeke is my easy one.
He's on what he's below.
34%.
Oh, I would have figured he'd be.
I'll pull it up.
Oh yeah, go get Zeke.
Yeah.
Zeke's number one for sure. Go get him.
Again, so another guy. So we saw with Tajay and with Zeke. Um, no other running back touched the field after the injuries. The run of the lead backs. He had 17 carries, like 4 catches. Volume alone, he's an RB2. Talent wise, he's an RB12. Sorry, Zeke. I still love you. I hey, if I could show it, I have like 6 of your jerseys. I only have one handed up, but I have all your others. Um, he doesn't have any more, but we're talking fantasy football, and he has a lot of value having that many touches.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't realize his ownership was that low.
Yeah, super low. Let me actually pull it up on ESPN. I read that one off of a different thing. 34. That's right.
All right. Yeah. My second one. I mean, I'm gonna say one, and then Josh is gonna say the other right afterwards. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Um, Dude, Jonathan Mingo, like we talked about,
Hmm.
had 12 targets
Yeah.
this past week, and with new coaching change, new coaching philosophy,
Hmm.
if he's getting targets early in that offense, then I don't see a reason that they're going to change that up. Young player, young quarterback, young wide receiver, young team, bad team.
Yeah. I think it's
Just find out
definitely.
there. That's the whole like new coaching. Like if new coaching staff's coming in, they want to see what they got. So
I do believe that that is the case that's going on in Carolina, and I like it. Is he a rookie? I
I think he is
yeah, I think so too. 22. Um, whatever. I can't.
close. He's a first or second year guy.
Yeah, and I think a lot of those times, especially late in the season here, when teams are like, "All right, we're going to see what we got," or other teams like on established teams where like finally the young guys are starting to prove themselves. We're at that point in the season that young guys can really provide like flex value and good flex value, and I think Mingo's in that case,
Yep.
like a wide receiver 3 guy the rest of the way potentially. Um, yeah, like he is a rookie, so there you go. All right, Peyton Mitchell's still under 50%.
Yeah, that's just that's a
I'm
tired.
not,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm just saying, stupid.
New rule: we can't mention guys more than 2 weeks in a row.
I mean, we can honorable mention that.
Honorable mention,
I'm
yeah.
not going into its
Okay.
details. I just want to say, pick, it- pick him up.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Um, okay, a slightly different one. I'm gonna go quarterback. Okay, so you have Trevor Lawrence or you had Joe Burrow. Here's your guy. You ready? 22 plus the last 2 weeks. Everybody's healthy. They're all back. Give me Matthew Stafford. He's a beast. Really is. When he's healthy and the offense is healthy, like they're awesome.
Dude, he spins it.
Hmm. He's one of the best throwers of the football.
Yeah. Oh, he has been for the past 15 years.
Yeah,
People forget that.
100%. I mean, he had Megatron.
Yeah.
Did he make Megatron?
No.
Kidding. I'm kidding. I love Megatron. He's unbelievable.
What was that?
Yeah, you heard me.
Beep. He was what?
He was great at football.
Oh,
He's gonna have. Does he have a gold jacket yet?
I'm
Or
sure he does.
I don't know if it's has it been that long? It's been that long.
It's definitely been that
Yeah,
long.
he's definitely got a gold jacket. Tyreek might break his record this year, or on pace to.
Tyreek a Hall of Famer?
Yeah,
It's just one of those weird things where, like, he's not talked about very often for how good he is. I feel like he's not talked about enough.
but you're talking about him, like, I will say, like, last year, like, the last 2 years, last year, this year, and then probably next year are, like, his 3-year primes, right? So you're talking about him in his Hall of Fame, like, right in his prime. Like, if it gets towards the end and he starts slowing off, like, I think that's when you see a lot of, like, "Is he a Hall of Famer?" type talk.
Okay. Yeah,
That's just what I don't know.
yeah,
When I
yeah.
type the I see that type of stuff personally. But yeah, no, the Rams are healthy. Puka's healthy. Kyron's healthy. Puka came back at least, and the thumb doesn't look to be bothering Stafford at all. So they have a two like they are able to run the football again, which is great, and I think that's benefiting Stafford a lot. So 22 the last 2 weeks ever since Kyron came back.
Yeah, so, my next one, I'm gonna rip these ones together because we have mentioned them in the past, but,
Hmm.
like, still super low ownership.
Get him.
Elijah Moore,
Yep.
no-brainer.
Yep.
He's been playing great football.
100%.
And Rashid Shaheed, it's questionable, but he went down with a quad.
Yeah. He didn't play this week, but will I think he's
He did.
playing next week.
Thought he did.
No.
No? Okay. Oh, okay, you got yep. Yeah, I mean, just he's a speedster. Jameis throwing.
Yes, sir.
I mean, not like a super, consistent play, but
It's like when he had Mike Evans, you just throw it up and you're like, F it. Mike Evans down there somewhere. That's going to be Shaheed.
yeah, so that's all I got for, waivers.
I do indeed like it. The problem is we're in the spot of the season where it's tough to not repeat people because there's just not a whole lot of great like nobody's really going to just come on out of nowhere at this point. So it's guys we've been clamoring about that still haven't got to it. And then like things like based off of injury, like Romeo Dobbs is under 50%. Christian Watson got hurt, hamstring. It looked pretty serious of a
Yeah,
hamstring.
yeah, it looked
Like he just dropped, which sucks because he's good when he plays. He really is. I don't know if Jaden Reed is under that spot as well. Is under
he
50%.
shouldn't be at this point. He's scored, like, double-digit points in, like, 5 weeks in a row.
Oh, we missed a big one. But yes, you're right.
Good rebound.
Brian Robinson Jr. went down, and Antonio Gibson is like a lead back. Like
Yeah,
he's a volume play for sure, like
yeah.
a volume RB2. We forget this guy was arguably like in the borderline RB1 range when he had that lead role.
Well, yeah, he was supposed to be, so he had that great year, and then coming into the next season, that whoever the head coach was at the time, they said, yeah, he's expected to have a CMC role. So everybody's
That
taking
was
him.
Riverboat.
He was still there?
That was his first year.
He was expected to be like, I think guys were taking him like 2nd, 3rd round, and, I was gonna try to, and I didn't get to him.
I know. Well, he was awesome. Like he was explosive the year before.
Yeah,
He was a wideout at Memphis.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, he's a wide receiver. Ron Rivera just had CMC. Oh my goodness, this is a match made in heaven for PPR, and it just did not that role. It was just a lie.
Nothing. There's nothing.
Just lied to our faces. Ugh.
That's why he's going out of the league. Riverboat Ron.
Is he done? You think?
Yeah, that dude is checked.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the enemy take over. Who knows? Who cares? It's the
I was
contenders.
I was about to mouth it, and I was like,
Okay, I got one last guy. Under 1%. Had just come off injury report. It's like a little Keaton Mitchell situation. It's not even close, but it is. He's off of the injury. Finally got some play time, and it's a stash. It's a stash. Chase Brown for the Bengals. First time ever getting significant playing time on Monday night. He is a rookie. Obviously, it is Joe Mixon's role. Like it is Joe Mixon's offense for the rest of the way, as long as he is healthy. But Chase Brown, the clear number 2 now in Cincinnati, and God forbid anything happens to Mixon, a great stash.
he looked good when he got the ball too.
Sure did.
Quick.
Sure did. Fresh running back. So I like him. I really like him as a stash if you can find some room on the bench, or especially if you have Joe Mixon and you're in a playoff situation, which I don't know if you really are. I don't think he's in many of those teams, but great handcuff for you guys there. That's really on waivers. Again, a lot of same names, but we gave you a few new ones. A lot of injuries. Again, especially with the running backs, get your guys handcuffed if there's a clear one there. Gonna set like You will not be screwed over in the playoffs if you just hold the handcuffs. I don't care if you need a fifth wide receiver on your team. Screw it. Play the three that you got or the two that you got that are playable and get your handcuff because if your running back goes down, you're screwed.
Yep.
So if you don't have the handcuff, you're even more screwed. All right. That's it. That's my rant.
Alright. Alright.
Um,
You wanna
all
do,
right.
spreads?
Oh, yes. I forgot about that. All right. We're a little over an hour in, and we're going to get into the money making section, the weekly money making section. Joey, what did you go last week?
Well, started 1 and 1, and I think I finished 7 8, 4 and 1,
8-4-1.
I
That's a
think.
good week.
So it was around there, I'd have to go back check.
All right, so I forgot to fully,
Better than most people.
yeah, just better. I forgot to fully introduce the section. This is the Week 14 spread bet, early spread bets by Joey Murray, brought to you by FanDuel. Not just kidding, it's DraftKings. Nope, just kidding, it's neither of them. All right. Dude, it's gonna be so cool if we get like one of those and then we can just pop up like the logo. Like, yeah. And then we'll throw our referral code in. You get $100.
And then we make money.
Yeah, it'll be sweet. You give us more money to bet, guys. All right. Here we go. Into it. Let me pull it up. That was the one thing I forgot to pull up. All right. DraftKings. That's what I go off of. Sorry, guys. Sorry, FanDuel. I will go off of yours if you sponsor us. I swear.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Just give
Don't
us free bets or
don't
something.
don't tempt me. I'll do it.
Give us $100 free play and I'll do it.
Yeah, easy. All right. Thursday.
Oh, yeah, I'm pumped. So
Thursday.
somebody said, I if you're really upset about not seeing Iowa in the college football playoff, you'll be able to watch them on Thursday night
That's
play the
good.
Patriots.
That's great. That's actually about as good as it gets. All right.
That was Magno.
Can we? Oh, it was. He's always got some good
He's
liners.
funny, man.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
He is. He shows up and works now, huh?
Yeah, he hit 95 today.
Good for him. All right. Thursday night game, Patriots at the Steelers. We're gonna do an honorary one because it's such a fun matchup. We're gonna do the spread, which is Steelers -6. We'll take that first, and then we'll do an honorary one.
I know what that's gonna be.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I gotta go Steelers -5. Like, at least they're scoring a little
it is
bit.
6 now.
Okay, well, we're going off mine.
Would you take 6? Still a touchdown. You get the push on 2 field goals.
Yeah, I'd probably still take it.
I think so. Minka's back. DJ's healthy. Like, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, I think still take Steelers.
Honorary. You got to have a little fun with it.
Let's see what it's at now.
Over under 30.
Okay.
30, ladies and gentlemen.
So if we think about that, that's each team scores 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
There's no way. They're so bad.
The Patriots have put this into perspective. The last 3 games, the Patriots have lost while allowing 10 or less points, and they've lost 3 straight without letting up more than 10 points.
And they just lost their best offensive player.
Oh, they did. Demario
Demario
Douglas
Douglas
is coming
is coming
back.
back, yeah.
No, right. So, over under 30.
Under.
Yeah, yeah, I that's used to the under, by the way. So, it's probably gonna be lower by the time Thursday
Yeah.
hits.
Iowa.
Yep. Get it now. Under 30. Alright, Sunday. Another great, just a banger game. All right. Jags and Brown in Cleveland -3.
So I took Jags. They were +3 or
The minus it was flipped,
-3. Yeah, they were -3 yesterday. Took them before the game, not anticipating Trevor Lawrence snapping his leg.
right?
Um,
How could you?
yeah, so it now flipped, and so I took on the parlay. I took Browns -3. Joe Flacco just looks too good.
Yeah, and it's great defense. Like,
Yeah, like
but Bethard,
in Cleveland,
he's not gonna do anything.
he do. I think he looked okay.
Yeah. Okay. Um, fine. He can look okay, but he's against a Cleveland, like the top ranked Cleveland defense, yardage wise. Uh, what do you just we didn't touch on it though. We're gonna just a quick one. Calvin Ridley's age, like, what are you doing now? Like, there's toast.
Dude, he just doesn't look great
I'm
either.
talking with
I know,
Bethard.
I know.
Okay.
Even with Lawrence in there. Like,
Yeah.
he didn't look that great. Like,
Yeah, he's okay.
yeah. He left a lot of points on the board yesterday.
Always, all year.
Um, but I mean, I don't know, I think I'm still gonna start him.
Yeah, I think you're not in a most teams aren't in a situation to where you can really bench him,
And like
but
I
it's a significant downgrade, obviously.
yeah, and like I could see with like the new quarterback coming in, like they're just gonna do what they kind of do sometimes when they can't get rid of the ball. That just like let them run the ball on like little jet sweeps or
Right.
just little screen passes and just kind of let them work.
I actually have this here. It's pretty interesting. It's like expected points. So like if they missed a touch, like dropped a touchdown or like a bat or they got down at the one, like something like that. Um, and let's see. He has where did he go? He was just right here. Well, there goes that idea.
All right, good segment.
Whatever. Well, I just had it and now I can't find his name. Anyways, he has like one of the highest like minus differential on expected points. So like he is way below his point total should be. You know what I mean?
I believe it.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I was getting at. Okay. And let's move on to the next one because that's just not an interesting game.
All right.
Oh, okay. Another great game. Texans at the Jets. This is gonna be a tough week of football.
Yeah, I took Texans -6.
Yeah, forgot to mention that. It is -6. I think that's the right play.
Yeah, just like the quarterback situation. Jets, like,
Dude, who's gonna play? I wouldn't play if I'm Zach Wilson.
oh
We touched on that. We talked about it together, like before the pod. It's like I don't blame Zach Wilson for not wanting to play at all.
no, he's how old did we say he was?
23 or 4.
Yeah,
4.
like, dude, imagine being 23 and like for 3 years already, like you got nothing but just hate thrown your way,
Mhm.
and even when you have a not horrible game, like it's still not positive.
Yeah,
Like it's just like they just beat him down like he's a kid, man. Like
yeah.
they
Like,
just
just
beat
let
him
him figure it
down.
out, and maybe it would
Coming
have
from
been
BYU, like it's a different world.
for sure. The New York guys ain't messing around.
No, so I feel I genuinely kind of I do feel bad for him, and I hope he finds a different spot. He'll obviously get another chance somewhere
I
else
think
if you
so.
want. Super talented guy, obviously,
Yeah,
but
great arm.
yeah, I feel bad for him. I don't think he got really a fair shot from people without just killing his confidence right away.
Yeah, they did come after him. But that is what the Jets do. The Jets fans are notorious for that.
Yep.
Tough. All right. So Texans -6. On to the next one. Lions at Bears. Bears +3.
Um, yeah, Lions -3. I think that's a lock.
Okay.
Um,
Joey's lock of the week.
that is my lock of the week. That line just doesn't make any sense to me, to be honest.
It's juiced to -3.
Yeah, like I would take Lions -4, minus 4.5.
Yeah. I
Like
think it
I don't
changes.
think it's gonna be close.
I think it changes as well. But the Bears finally got a win into the division last week. Justin has looked better since coming back from the injury. Who knows? We'll see. Bears are at home. I'm going to assume there's some sort of weather that we don't know about right now. I'm just going to guess,
Yeah, maybe.
which would significantly hinder um, that air. Like they can run the football in Detroit too. Don't get me wrong, but like Goff is good for 300 pretty much every game
Yeah.
recently. So I think that would put the benefit into the Bears as why that line is there. But we'll see. We'll come down to it. I actually think this is going to be a better game than what this line is. Rams at the Ravens. Ravens -7.
Yeah, this was a tough one for me. Let me
Very tough.
where
It's in.
ah, um, I took Ravens -7. I know the Rams are on a 3-game winning streak, but I just my thought was just, like, how poorly Cooper Kupp is able to run right now. Like, he's just so slow. Puka's banged up, like and we kinda know from experience, when you sustain an injury, it's easier to play through it that day than it is if you were to try to play the next day.
Yeah, it's much
The
worse.
next day is brutal.
Mhm.
Um, so I'm interested to see what his practice is like if he does practice.
Let me see what they got today.
But, yeah,
Currently questionable.
yeah. He's gonna be
Um,
limited for at least like
AC joint sprain in his right shoulder. I don't think that's going to stop a receiver from playing.
it will.
I don't. We'll see.
It could. Yeah, I just Ravens, they're firing on all cylinders right now. Um, and
Hmm.
I think the Rams just I think with Cup, I just and Puka being hurt, I just don't know how they're gonna be able to move the ball. I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. I'd probably take the under on it.
40.
Yeah, I'd take the under on that.
I mean, it just feels it's gonna be one of these games. It's gonna be there's no in between here. Like the Ravens aren't either just gonna they're not gonna push. Like it's not gonna be they win by 4 or 7. Like it's gonna be like a 1 to 2 point game or a field goal game, or they're gonna beat them by 30. Like
Yeah.
that's what it feels
Yeah,
like.
I think it's gonna be 10 to 24.
Yeah, it's gonna be a blowout like that, or it's just gonna be like a hard fought battle of like
Yep.
just two good offenses.
Yep.
But I don't think the Ravens defense lets that happen. I do think Baltimore takes it. On to the next, Colts at Cincinnati, +1.
I'd take the Bengals +1. Jake
Mm,
Browning looked legit.
better than Joe Burrow.
No, he didn't.
Oh, that's just
Yeah,
what they're saying in Cincinnati.
I think the Colts are a bit of a facade right now. I don't think they're actually that
You're
good.
not buying the Colts?
No, I'm not. Um, Sneak out a win against Tennessee. Tennessee's god awful.
They're bad on the road.
It doesn't matter. Like,
They beat Tampa.
yeah, Tampa's not good either.
I'm just saying they're in the playoff race.
Yeah, no, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not buying that they're a legitimately good team.
Okay,
I think Michael Pittman's a god right now,
he
though.
is a beast. Oh, that does remind me. I am slightly worried about my boy Downs.
Me too.
Like it's Pierce and Pittman outsnapping everybody,
Yeah.
and then it's Downs as the third guy.
I don't know what happened.
Worries me. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so Bengals +1. Follow the Browning train. Panthers at the Saints. Saints -5.5 with Jameis.
Yeah, I had to take Saints -5.5
Yeah, I mean, I
because
just
that's
don't.
what I want.
eh,
Because
Again,
I want to see Jameis just slinging it out there,
you got it. It's all I want
and I just like, how could you bet for the Panthers at this
on
point?
the road. Yeah, and I think New
Insane,
Orleans.
and in New Orleans,
That's what I'm saying. I think New Orleans is a pretty hostile place
dome
typically.
too.
hmm Yeah, I like it. All right, Buccaneers at the Falcons. Dude, what a terrible slate. Holy crap.
That's bad.
Buccaneers at Atlanta. Atlanta -2.5.
I got the Falcons. I would have taken the Falcons -5.5.
I don't know if I would go quite that high, and I really want to take the Buccaneers. Um, but I would end up taking the Falcons because they don't have a choice but to win right now because of the playoff, like because of the division race.
Yeah, the Buccaneers, they just aren't a good football team.
No,
I
is
wanted that.
Baker done?
No, you if you watch the game like this past week, once again, it was pouring rain like it was everywhere in the country, and the ball was actually like slipping out of his hand as he was throwing it, and like it's kind of weird, and it kind of worked, I guess, since Mike Evans went for like 150 yards, but so many times Baker would just like try to pull down a throw and like rip it and just yard sail it,
Really?
and it was just like consistently in the first half. I was like, but you can't hold on to the ball, like, so don't make that throw. You're known for like making turnovers right now. Like you haven't been making good decisions. So I don't know, but yeah, I think Falcons are a underrated football team, and I think Buccaneers are an overrated team.
All right, I'm not gonna argue it. I'm not gonna argue it. I don't think the Falcons are good though.
Okay.
Um, I mean, like, I guess. Oh, there's one good game on the slate. Oh, there's a couple good games on the slate. They come later,
There's
of course.
one great game.
Two IMO.
Uh, I have two as well, but I don't think it's going to be the same one as yours.
All right, well, let's
All
just
right,
get right to it. Seahawks at the Niners. Niners -10.5.
took Seahawks plus 10.5.
A lot of points.
Yeah, I know, but so if we they played what 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago.
I don't know
So
off the top of
okay,
my
and
head.
it doesn't matter, but played 2 or 3 weeks ago. And the start of the game was just the worst possible start for the Seahawks.
hmm
Second half, completely different team coming back. So I think they continue that. I think they still lose, but I
Okay.
think they saw like kind of how San Francisco works, how they operate. Second half, once they kind of got the feet under them, completely different team. And they
Yeah.
actually made a run at winning the whole game.
Yeah.
Um,
It was 2 weeks ago, and the Niners won on the road,
mhm,
31-13.
yeah, yep. The score is a bit skewed for how close the game actually was.
Okay.
But they really pushed a comeback, and I think they're gonna learn from it and make some adjustments. I don't once again, I think, like, I think they still lose by at least, like, 5 or 6, but I don't think it's 10.5.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I don't know who's stopping the
Jason
Niners.
Myers has also been locked in kicking the ball
Oh,
recently.
because that's going to win the game against the
No, but it c
Niners.
it'll help them cover. We're not talking about winning the game here.
All right. I like the Niners. They just beat the Eagles by 22 on the road.
Yeah, it was yeah, I don't know. Big rain game. Rain's tough to play in, man. It's a different game.
But they do it. They've just been doing it.
You know, I know.
All right. Seahawks plus 10.5. Vikings versus the Raiders in Las Vegas. Vegas plus 3.
Yeah, I took the Raiders +3. Coming off a bye,
Yeah.
Josh Dobbs, obviously, he's had an amazing year, but that was just such a bad game.
It was bad.
Um, yeah, I think the Raiders are playing underrated football right now,
hmm
and Vikings, I think, are playing, well, at least last week, just playing horrible, so
Yeah. I mean, I think they've won their 1 point games this year, or they've split. And I just don't know how much more they're going to just win those. Honestly, what it comes down to. Excuse me. All right. Into one of my games of the week.
everybody's game of the week.
There's two of them.
How is it not primetime
Yeah, I
game?
don't know.
This is what
Sunday afternoon. Let's just throw them. We have. I mean, to put it into perspective, we have Titans Dolphins on Monday night.
and Green Bay Giants.
Oh, so excited!
That's one of my games, actually, just because Jordan Love looks very good.
Why was that one of your games?
So it's just one of the games I'm looking forward to.
Okay, but not one of your top two. There's two clear
I mean,
games.
what are you talking about? Broncos Chargers?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I mean that's a good. Yeah,
Okay. All right. Um. All right. So Bills at Chiefs. Chiefs minus 2.5. Needs me
I
some water.
I kind of went back and forth on this one. This one took a lot of brain power to figure out. Um, I took the Chiefs -2.5. So my thought process is that if you give Patrick Mahomes more opportunities,
hmm
like he's going to capitalize on them. Um, and Josh Allen, as we've talked about, has had a big interception and turnover problem this year, and their defense is just not good. Um, so what I think is going to happen, I don't think there's going to be very many punts at all, but I think um, Bills turning the ball over is going to be the difference in this game.
It has been better since the new OC.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. But I think we've seen obviously Kansas City's defense look atrocious this past week. Um,
Lot of injuries.
yeah, a lot of injuries and just like I know the time to throw for Jordan Love was quick. Like he was getting the ball out quick, and they couldn't really do much behind the line of scrimmage. But I don't know. I think the Chiefs are going to get a couple turnovers, and I think they're going to capitalize them.
Yeah. All right. I get it. So Chiefs minus 2.5. Broncos at Chargers. Chargers minus 2.5.
This is another potential lock. I liked my first lock better, but I do like this Broncos +2.5.
You only get one lock a week.
I know. I like I just said, this isn't my lock.
Just making sure.
Um, I like the Broncos a lot in this game. Chargers playing pretty god awful football.
Yeah, what a surprise.
Um, and the Broncos are playing really good football.
Yeah.
They didn't look great this past week on offense, but their defense is.
Yeah, it's good. I hope Sertain's okay. I don't know that off the top of my head. I get it. Yeah, Broncos plus 2.5.
And even if Surtain is in there, if he shadows Keenan Allen, Jalen Guyton day, baby.
Yeah, okay. Okay. $3,000. Eagles at Cowboys. I mean, Cowboys minus 3.5. Over a field
I
goal.
think this is the gonna be the first time all year that the Cowboys do not cover at home.
Really? They've covered every game at home?
I think I I think this is so, like we've talked about, like, being in the locker room, when those games happen where you're rolling and you get punched in the mouth, like, it could be a big bounce back week for the Eagles.
Yeah, I
So
think that they have that
I
mentality
think they take that in stride, and they're like, "Alright, like, we just got crap kicked out of us, so and we wanna win the Super Bowl. So, we gotta make some changes, and we're going up against Dallas, the second best team
on
in the
the
league,
road.
on the road in Dallas, so I think they really kinda buckled down this week.
All right. I mean, I do like that pick. Um,
Real quick, also because they can lose by a field goal and still
that
cover.
helps.
That's a
Yeah,
big one.
that does help. This game, in my opinion, decides the MVP for the NFL. Or could if the Cowboys lose, it doesn't decide the MVP at all. If Dak wins this game, he is the MVP of the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of year to go.
I think 4 game. I mean, this is week 14,
Yeah,
so there's 3 more games after. Dak wins this game, he's in
yeah,
because it's just a weak division outside of that, and he's going to play nobodies the rest of the way, and he's going to throw for 350 and 3 tutties.
yeah.
He's the MVP if he wins this game.
Think
My take.
yeah, I think there's a great shot. I think Brock Purdy has been playing. He's the odds-on favorite right now.
I know he is. I'm just saying if Dak beats the Eagles, he wins the MVP.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that happening for sure.
All right, so we're taking Eagles plus 3.5. On a Monday night, we have two of them. Two of them. Both at the same time. Is that for real?
NFL's killing it.
What? I don't get
It's
that.
it's so we don't have to watch both.
Why? Doesn't make any sense. Whatever. It's gonna be like one of those things like Monday night where like you only get one in your area type of
Yo,
thing. Whatever, NFL. Okay. Titans at Dolphins. Dolphins minus 13.
how could I mean,
Yeah.
how could you go against the Dolphins at this
For
point?
sure.
Like, Tennessee couldn't move the ball. Like, Will Levis is not good.
And that was one of his better games, actually. But that was a good matchup for him, and they flung it a
Yeah.
little bit. But
Well, he was slinging it at the end.
yeah,
They went down the field pretty quick, and D Hop got a touchdown like
yeah.
that. Because I was following very closely because I was facing him in fantasy,
Hmm.
and he had like 3 points for basically the entire time, and
Levis,
yeah, and then the final drive got him like 9.
of course.
Yeah,
Usually how it
it's like
goes.
great. Yeah, well, and too, it's like I was watching it, and it was like, all right, he gets the ball back with time's going down, and I was just like, well, all right, he's scoring a touchdown right here, and he just starts slinging it around.
Yeah, it's always how it happens. I lost to Jake Brown. I got eliminated from the playoffs by Jake Browning. So
Be better.
26 on my dome. Last game of the week. Everybody's waiting for it. Packers and New York. Joey's waiting for it, apparently.
I,
New York plus 7.
I'm excited. I haven't really watched much Green Bay football this year. After watching them this past week, they're good. Jordan
They
Love is good.
they have turned it on as of like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, yeah. Thanksgiving, they gave
Yep.
thanks. I'm taking Green Bay minus 6.5 for sure.
It is now 7, but yeah, I still take it at 7. Tommy DeVito has been playing well, actually. They've been slinging it to the second rounder, Jalen Hyatt, a lot. Um, but I think that Green Bay is actually legit.
Yeah,
I do.
yeah. Playoff team.
They are. They are going to win that division. No, wait, are the Lions in that division?
Yeah, they should be.
Okay, so they're going to be a wild card guy because the Lions' record's just too good to make up for them
Yeah,
right now. But yeah, they're a playoff team for sure. They're going. to Sorry, Vikings, you're out.
yeah.
Basically, what it comes down to. All right. Well, that's going to do it for this Tuesday's Week 14 podcast. We appreciate you listening along for the entire way here. We really hope you enjoy this journey. We're going to get some sponsors here soon. I swear, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. But again, we do appreciate you listening in. We are everywhere. We are on Amazon Music, YouTube, Spotify podcast, and follow us on TikTok. Everything is at Crossover Athlete Insights with an S at the end. For your co-host Joshua Shapiro and Joey Murray, we appreciate you being here. We'll see you Saturday.